What we're looking at now, folks, is an old GP16, former Seaboard L&N Family Line system, and this apparently is the yard to the Caldwell County Railroad here in Hickory. They've got another engine down here behind that yellow WLPX hopper. So this is where the Caldwell County Railroad originates as it services some industry up towards Lenoir. Well, I don't think it goes all the way up to Lenoir anymore. I think it goes all the way up. I think it goes up to Whitney now. They got a solar yard up there and pulled up the tracks to Lenoir, but there's about like 3 different industries, and you can see most of it is, I think these are glass pellets.
Oh, 3 switches, right, clear 20, push it out to the head switch.
And that's about all I see, some covered hoppers. So what you're hearing on the scanner is NSP 71. And apparently what they're doing is dropping off some cars for the Caldwell County Railroad. And I was wondering whether the Caldwell County Railroad was still going. And apparently they are. Or P71 wouldn't be, they wouldn't be leaving any cars. We're just going to take a little look. And goes up through there. It's a little mini railroad yard. And for those of you who follow railroads, this is one of the few remaining segments of the Old Carolina and Northwestern Railroad that ran from Lenoir to Chester. It was operated as an autonomous entity by the Carolina and Northwestern under the auspices of the old Southern Railway. Southern ended up abandoning most of this route in the 70s and 80s. And about the only segments you have left on it are this segment, Hickory to Whitney, and then you have a little segment from Gastonia on the Piedmont Main that goes down to the state line. I think NS still operates that. Great, here comes a truck. We'll just look around as the truck goes by. I'd like to walk down there and get a view of that GP16. Probably not going to happen. I don't want to get the cops down here for me trespassing. They don't know what I'm doing. And railroads nowadays have gotten kind of skittish with people on their property, liability and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. We'll go over here. I can walk down through here and get a better view of this GP16. You don't see these too much anymore. Nice little specimen. I can actually remember back in the 80s they were using these things on mainline routes. GP16 is a 1600 horsepower V16. Uses a 567 EMD motor. And they were mostly retired back in the late 80s, early 90s by Seaboard, who apparently sold or loaned, who knows, these locomotives to the Caldwell County Railroad. So, but that's, let me get a little closer view of this thing. Those are 4 stacks on top of the roots blower. They're not turbocharged. They use what's the mechanical turbo, I guess you could call it, a roots blower. And they were pretty loud little locomotives in their day. Maybe one of these days I can come down and catch the Caldwell County Railroad in action. But we'll go ahead and cut this video here, GP16, and we'll see you the next go around.